Hi there, I'm Kelly. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be introducing a new project pan to you. So I'm going to be introducing a pan that palette, and I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently than a regular pan that palette. I didn't want to do a pan those eyeshadows because that just seems way too overwhelming to me, and my vanity is already in such disarray that I don't have space to be putting like 5 or 6 different palettes on top of it, and then just it's too much for my brain right now. So I decided to do a pan that palette. I wanted to kind of start off simply, and I wanted to start off with something in my collection that was really old that I would be fine with using up and just, getting through. So currently in my regular 2020 full face rolling project pan, I have 3 eyeshadows. 2 are palettes and 1 is a single. I'm going to share those with you real quick because it's going to kind of explain why I'm doing the pan that palette this way. So the first one is this single by Milani, and this is in 03 Bella Cappuccino, and I am attempting to use this up completely, which I don't think it will probably take me most of the year, but it's not like gonna be a big deal for me because this is like the perfect all over transition shade for me. So I am working on using that up entirely. The second eyeshadow, well, the first palette, is this LA Colors Trio in the color scheme Sunflower. Excuse me. And I am attempting to hit pan on all of these eyeshadows. So once I hit pan on these, I will be rolling it out of that project and putting it back into my stash. The second palette and the last of the eyeshadows in that project is the Comfort Zone palette by Wet n Wild, and I am trying to hit pan in 3 of these shades, which they're the top 2, and then this kind of like rose goldy shade. Once I hit pan in those 3 shades, I will be rolling it out of that project. For the time being, these are going to be my main focus as far as eyeshadows. However, I know it's going to take me a long time to hit pan on those 2 palettes, especially because I'm trying to hit pan in 3 shadows in both of them before I roll it out. So in the meantime, while I'm working on those, I don't want to ignore all of the other eyeshadow in my collection because I got a lot, and I know that this is going to take me a decent amount of time to get through these. So I'm going to be introducing a pan that palette, and it's going to be a little different, like I said, than regular pan that palette, because I'm not picking a big like 10 pan palette, 12 pan palette, even like a 6 or 8 pan palette. I'm picking a 3 pan palette, and the reason I'm choosing this is because the colors in this palette are very wearable and very easy to use, so I don't think it'll be too hard to get through this. Also, 3 shadows is just going to be easier on my brain than a big palette when I'm also working on these other shadows. So this is the Almay Intense Eye Color Powder Shadow Trio for Greens 204. They don't make this anymore. Like 99.9% sure they don't make this anymore, because I have looked for it recently. And I think that they still have things that are made for specific eye colors, but none of the things that I have still. This palette is from when I was in high school, which was a very long time ago. I graduated high school in 2009, so it's been over, this is over a decade old. And when it comes to powder products, it's suggested that you don't keep a eyeshadow palette past, 12 months or 24 months or something like that. In my opinion, Okay, first of all, this is going to be long-winded. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I don't ever use makeup when I'm sick. I don't do my makeup when I'm sick, ever. I also have never had an eye infection. So, and if I did, obviously I wouldn't do eye makeup if I did. So all of my makeup is pretty clean. And it's stored well, so none of it like gets condensation or anything weird like that. So despite the fact that these are over a decade old, and to be honest, they're probably close to like 13, 14 years old maybe, they still work perfectly. The pigmentation on these is insane for how old this palette is, and doesn't smell weird, doesn't look weird, so I have no problem using this up. I don't consider it expired unless it doesn't perform the way that it used to, or it starts to look or smell weird. So some of you might think that that's gross, but it's a powder product. It's not like it's a cream product. If it were a cream product, I definitely would not use it. I don't have any cream products in my collection that are that old, so I don't think I do. Ooh, actually I might. Yeah, so here are the 3 colors. Excuse me. I will go ahead and swatch them for you now. Actually, yeah. I need to wipe that off because those are swatches from my last video. Okay, well, I still have a little bit of glitter stuck on my hand, but that's okay. So those are the shadows. Do you see how like metallic that like mauve-y, what color even is that? It's like a mauve rose gold, kind of champagne-y rose gold maybe. But these shadows still perform perfectly. It's insane. I was gonna say it's incredible and it's insane at the same time. Oh my gosh. So that is going to be my Pan That palette for now. I don't think that this is going to take me the entire year to get through. That being said, once I hit my goal on the shadows that are in my like big 2020 project pan, I don't plan on rolling in any other eyeshadows into that project because I want my Pan That palette to be my like main focus for eyeshadows. And because of that, I don't want these 3 eyeshadows to be the only ones that I'm working on panning or the only ones that I'm really focusing on. So because of that, the way that this this Pan That palette is going to be different, not only am I like focusing on a smaller palette than people usually do, I'm also going to always have a second palette in this project. And my goal on my second palette is not going to be to use it up completely, which is my goal on this. I probably should have said that. So my goal on this palette is to use it up completely. But my goal on my second palette that I keep in here is only going to be to hit pan on 1 eyeshadow. I'm not going to choose which eyeshadow. I'm just going to try and hit pan. I'm going to just use it until I hit pan on an eyeshadow. Like whichever one I gravitate towards naturally. But I'm not going to be rolling in a second palette until I hit my goal on the 2 palettes that are in my regular project pan. This one will just always stay in that project pan until it's gone. I'm not concerned about counting that in this, but yeah, I feel like I was really bad at explaining all that. And it might have been really jumbled and confusing, so I apologize. But real quick recap. This is my Pan That palette. I keep saying Project Pan. This is my Pan That palette. And once I hit my goal on these 2 palettes that are in my other project pan, I will be rolling in a second palette into this project that will stay in this project until I hit pan on 1 shadow. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry if this was rambly and confusing. But yeah, that's just my brain. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye.